everyone. My name is Donna Sharp with Holistic Wellbeing. Thank you for joining me here on day 515 of doing these lives. Tonight, I'm going to continue speaking from the book, How to Create Strong Families. And I've been focusing on working on the children in order to establish great traditions with them. So yesterday, we actually spoke about designating a particular day during the week where you can actually focus that time and attention to your family and just creating different projects and activities so that they have something to take away. But not only that, you're helping to create and build a bond between everyone, and you're strengthening the areas that we spoke on last night, such as communication, guidance, individuality, and sensitivity. So we're going to continue with that slightly tonight. It's just a very short section, and it still focuses on increasing the values, not really increasing, but reinforcing the values that your family already has, especially your children. And also the biggest thing is encouraging communication between everyone, because a lot of times in families, they don't necessarily understand the pathway, the direction that someone else is taking. So when you sit down and have these open conversations, then that's when you become educated and you learn more, and you guys are able to function much better together. And then there's that sense of individuality as well, because each person has their own pace that they can take in order to adapt to the situations that you're sharing in a group. I think I mentioned last night that some individuals, some children, they don't necessarily like to be in front of the crowd. They want to be behind the scenes. So as a result, you'll be able to identify those things that are going on in the family, and you can look back and say, well, you know what? I have 3 children or 4 children or 5, but I have 2 of them that would prefer to be behind the scenes and assisting and getting things done. And then you may say, I have the other 2 that they really love to be in front of the crowd, and they're the leaders and the go-getters, and they're the ones that always initiates function, right? So everyone has a different personality, and you have to make sure that you work and adapt to what they have. Don't try to recreate them. They are created exactly how God wanted them to be created. So you're going to have to meet them exactly where they are so that you can learn how to curtail your assignments, so to speak, and conversations when you're dealing with them in the future. All right. So sitting down together, this one focuses on the topic of this one tonight is Sunday awards. And again, if you have teenagers, maybe they don't want to you don't want to necessarily give them awards. All right. This is typically for the younger generation, the adolescents that's growing up and trying to identify who they are and work along with their family members. So if you hear me reading off certain things, you're going to say, as a teenager, I don't want to do those kind of things. It's too childish. So maybe not this particular program that they're explaining, but there's many other things that we spoke about from this book that really will assist your children at all age level. So sitting down together as a family meal, we spoke about that. You can select a day where you're designating this particular assignment where everyone meets together. And I suggested yesterday, based on the book, Sunday is typically that day. Now, you can pick any day in the week, but I will tell you, when you are walking for Christ, the day of rest is on Sunday. So you should not be doing much of anything on a Sunday. And a lot of times people are out from work or they're out from school. So this is actually a great time to get involved in those conversations, have those open topics around the table, and then you can laugh and just have fun and crack jokes like a lot of families typically do anyway. So what they chose here was, I also mentioned, this is what I was going to explain to you guys, that one of my greatest recommendations is just making sure that you have mealtime together as a family. You have some families that are always on the go, always on the run, or maybe their family members not coming home at the right time. So everybody's eating at their own time. So guys, that will tear down your family. You want to make sure you're getting everybody at the table, you're praying together, and you're sharing things that happen throughout your day. That's just a great time to have conversation, just like the other suggestion that I spoke on several lives ago as far as the drive time in your vehicle. I know a lot of children aren't in school right now, but that's also another great way of communication with your children while you're driving, especially if it's a long distance, right? So Sunday is a great day to have a family meal, and basically Sundays is often the best opportunity. During Sunday dinner, it presents some simple awards that recognize your children's value and behaviors. So again, these might be past what you want to do, but you can curtail any of the suggestions that they make from this book and create a brand new tradition for yourself. Remember, never just go by exactly what you hear. You have to allow those creative juices to kick in. All right. So during Sunday dinner, present some simple awards. That this is what they suggested anyway. Recognizes your children's value-based behavior. The awards need to be nothing more complicated than some handwritten letter mounted on a piece of construction paper. The example that they gave was, now they use a few acronyms. I'm going to tell you what they mean. LFR means leader for right. SS means self-starter. Did things without being reminded. So if there's chores and things that your children are expected to do and you did not have to say a word and they automatically did it, that's an award that you would give them. Because maybe it's something that they're not used to doing, but you see that they just made that stride and you say, listen, this is phenomenal. I didn't even have to say a word. The other one is HUP. It means honesty under pressure. GR is good reader. NAP is neat as a pin. And HE is hungry eater. Okay, these are the creative ones that they came up with. Remember, you can come up with your own acronyms. You can make it as creative as you want it for your own family, because there's no two families alike, right? So design awards that represents qualities or behaviors that your children needs help on, that you want to focus your attention. So whatever it is that is a concern for them, learning, growing, maturing into, you base the rewards on that. And a lot of times they will be more encouraged and excited to participate because it's something that they want. All right. So you have to focus on exactly what it is that they're looking to get help on so you can elevate that particular behavior. So at dinner, who's running? This is what they were speaking on. At dinner, who's running for leader for the right award? This is a question that the parents are asking the children. Have the kids try to think of anything during the past week where they set a good example or made a good decision or read some extra books, whatever is needed in your family. Because again, every family is different, right? So a child who comes up with good examples gets the award pinned on his door during the week ahead. Use these regular awards as an opportunity to explain and reinforce good behaviors in your children. Now, as always, I'm going to read a story to you because this just ties in exactly what I'm speaking about, and you'll get a better understanding as to the suggestions that they're making for the particular topic. So it says, one day when I was in sixth grade, and this is actually coming from Noah. He's 12 years old. All right. One day when I was in the sixth grade, I am now in the seventh grade. There was a foreign boy from Korea. People had been mean to him a lot, mainly because he was heavy and I guess also he was different. I always was able to look back and remember that our family talked about being a leader for the right, and a lot, so I was always able to go put my arms around him and try to help him out. And he always told me thanks for talking to him and helping him out. Anyway, this was one day at school. It was the winter and he slipped on some ice and fell. For some reason, the kids around him started laughing at him. They kicked him while he was on the ground. I just kind of went nuts when I saw this happening. I said to a couple of friends, come on guys, let's go and help him. So me and them went and moved people away and helped him up, and then we went inside with him to be sure he was okay. So that's outside of the norm. Typically when you're in school, you have those bullies that, may not necessarily gravitate to helping this particular person that felt out of place. And that's what this 12-year-old did. He saw the need to step in and he did. So Sunday Awards is a tradition that clearly enhances values that children like because it gives them recognition, praise, and attention. It is a good example of a family practice that isn't tied to a birthday or anniversary or familiar tradition, but that can play an inevitable role in building a stronger family. So this is what I wanted to speak with you on tonight. It's just a slight continuation of what I spoke on yesterday as far as finding one day in the week that you can designate to that time so everyone can get together and really enjoy each other and learn about each other, and most of all, build on those attributes that they need help on, because everyone does not know how to communicate. There's children that don't know how to express themselves. There's children that are afraid to just stand and speak and look directly into your eyes. So these are traits that they're going to take away. So when they begin to get out into the workforce, they're able to take all those wonderful values into their next life. Okay. And again, they can always build on it for themselves and their own family. So if you love what you heard, just hit the love button. But by all means, I'm going to encourage you to check out my website, which is holisticwellbeing.com. And on my site, if you click on the About section, you'll see a brief biography on myself. Outside of that, if you felt that this was beneficial to someone else in your circle, just take the live and share it with them, because if you try to explain it, you may miss some important points on the live. So my name is Donna. Again, thank you so much. I'm your holistic and wellness life coach for joining me this evening. I'll be back again tomorrow. But until then, I do pray that you guys are staying safe. And I'll just see you back here again tomorrow. Take care and have a wonderful evening. Ciao.